Hello, welcome to my grandpa's train. Today I have something unusual on my layout. I have a Hudson locomotive pulling a whole bunch of hopper cars, a dozen to be precise. And normally I don't care that much about hopper cars, but suddenly I found myself with such a variety that I thought I would talk about it a little bit. So of course we'll start at the front and work our way to the back. These are the CRP Jersey Central 924 hopper cars. For cement. One has its lid. I think this one is supposed to have a lid and it's missing, or it never came with it. Not really sure. Moving back next, we have our Union Pacific 5-digit gondola or hopper car. This is the 3-bay, the only 3-bay that I own. It's the 24216. And I'm not that much into Union Pacific, but it's a nice looking red and yellow lettering. Next back, I have the Wabash. This is another 2-bay hopper with a coal load that is not made by American Flyer. I don't know who made the coal load, but I think it is a resin casting. And then painted black. It's very realistic looking compared to the next two. So that one would be a fun one to duplicate and make more coal loads for these cars. Next we have the CB&Q 5-digit, the 24206. This one has the coal load built in from American Flyer. And kind of a fake looking coal load. All right, this is not an American Flyer car, and it took me a while to figure out. I think this is made by S Helper Service. It came with an order for some other things on trains.com, and so I thought I would put it on, and it actually rolls really nice. But it is extremely lightweight. It weighs hardly anything, which is good, I guess, if you want to pull a lot of cars. But it doesn't, it just feels very flimsy, all of the S Helper cars that I've had come and go. And the couplers are rather unusual as well. They just feel quite flimsy. But it does have real sprung trucks, although they're all plastic. Still, that's a neat feature. And this is actually a really nice looking car. It's the best looking hopper car I think I've seen, other than the homemade coal load on the top. As you can see, there's a chunk out of it missing on this side. But the ribbing goes all the way down and just has a really good look to it. I just wish it wasn't made out of plastic. And speaking of not made out of plastic, this one is not. This is actually a diecast car. And it is, I believe, a 1946 run. You can actually see inside that the hull doors open on the bottom. I'm pretty sure this has been repainted. I don't know if American Flyer ever made this one painted just plain black. And of course, there's no lettering on it. So I have no idea. This probably would have been a Virginian paint job with the dark gray. Okay, next moving along, we have the ubiquitous American Flyer 640. I had a bunch of these and they all disappeared on me, so I found this one. Not sure what happened to all the other ones I had. And then the remaining cars are the LNE, which are also extremely ubiquitous. Number 632, the Lehigh, New England. But there is actually quite a bit of variety in these as well. Now that I suddenly have 4 of these. So the lettering on this car is thinner lines, and then the circle is actually shifted up higher. The dot is a darker faded orange. Moving back to this one. Oh, and then this one has the black painted weighted couplers. This one here has heavier lines on the LNE. The circle is brighter white, and the dot is almost a bright orange color. This one doesn't have any weights on it, thick shank unweighted couplers, so I think that would make it 47 or 48. Next back we have another LNE 632, and this one has the higher set circle and logo with the dark red. This one's actually in really good shape. I believe this one has all of its steps. The other ones have 1 or 2 broke off here and there. This one has the brass weights on the couplers, so probably around 1950 would be my guess on that one. And then the last one here was kind of a parts one that I threw on. Both the couplers are broke, but it still has enough link there to tag along the end. The lettering looks good on this one. I don't think you'll be able to see it on camera, but I actually noticed that the plastic on this one has a little bit of marbling to it, which I thought was very interesting. All right, so there we go. That is my dozen hopper car train. And eventually I'm going to make a video on all of my S-scale freight cars that are not made by American Flyer. I'm also going to do a train that is consisted of no plastic cars. So like my die-cast hopper, anything made out of wood or metal, of course. All right. Let's run the hopper car train one more time and we'll see you next time. We're on DC, so it'll take a second to get going.